What a weekend it has been in the Scottish Premiership as all three title contenders played their first game in the split. From when the action commenced on Saturday evening as Celtic took on Falkirk to the conclusion of the Edinburgh Derby on Sunday evening, this league has offered us so much this season, and this weekend especially did not disappoint. In this video I'm going to take a look at Celtic's game on Saturday and the implications it will have going forward, considering Rangers dropping points and Hearts just about getting over the line. Starting with the Celtic game on Saturday evening, what an evening of football it was from start to finish. The sun was out, the Celtic fans were out in their numbers, a sold out Celtic Park, every seat packed, and Celtic Park for the first time all season was united, backing the team from start to finish. From half three, when the Celtic supporters greeted the team on the Celtic way, till the final minute, everyone was immersed in the atmosphere, making sure the boys got over the line and getting all 3 points and continuing their chance to win their 56th league title. The game itself started very cagey, with Celtic dominating the possession as they normally do in home league games. But you could see the crowd start to get a bit antsy. We got to the 30th minute, there was still no goal. And you were just thinking, is it going to be one of them days? Are Celtic not going to be able to find the back of the net? Until Dyson Maeda did what he does best. He pressed the Falkirk defender. He put him under pressure. Adams had nowhere to go. And what did Dyson Maeda do? He robbed the ball off him. The keeper was off his line. And Dyson Maeda, from outside the box, slotted it into the back of the net, giving Celtic the lead they needed to build on the good performance that we'd seen up to that stage, just without the goal. The atmosphere in the stadium when that goal went in from Dyson Maeda, you could tell everyone had a weight lifted off their shoulders. Everyone was ecstatic. They're cheering on the boys. The atmosphere, the best it has been all season, in my opinion, and that continued onto the pitch. The Celtic team started to put on the pressure, and just before half time on the 43rd minute, more pressing from Dyson Maeda when he won the ball back, gave it into Kieran Tierney on the left hand side. And what did Kieran Tierney do? In front of the Green Brigade, he smashed it into the back of the net, off the crossbar and into the net. He ran over to the Green Brigade with his arms outstretched. He knew the magnitude of that moment, and the Celtic supporters did as well. Going in at half time, there was no doubt that Celtic had the momentum, and you felt, could they possibly put a team away at Celtic Park for one of the first times this season, possibly since that Dundee United game and Martin O'Neill's first game back at a second spell back in January. But that wasn't the case. Despite playing some good football at the start of the second half, Falkirk managed to find a way into the game, and you could feel Celtic Park just get a little bit nervous again. But in saying that, they still stuck behind the team, singing the team on, the Green Brigade in the North Curve, and the boys in the right-hand side of the Jockstein. But Falkirk did get their reward in the 70th minute as Kyrell Wilson finished off a brilliant strike into the top left-hand corner in front of him. Sinizalo stood no chance. It was a wonder goal, and it was none less than what Falkirk deserved after their sustained pressure. It was about 10 or 15 minutes. Celtic could not get a grip in the game, but after that goal they needed to compose themselves. The substitutes, and we'll get on to them, made a big difference. Unlike last weekend against St Mirren in the Cup, after St Mirren got a goal, Celtic looked struck. They didn't know what to do. And we've seen the opposite of that on Saturday, thankfully. On the 72nd minute, we've seen the arrival of Kelechi Iheanacho, Marcelo Sarachi, and none other than the return of Alistair Johnson, the Canadian, the right back in the Celtic team for the first time in months since the Europa League game when Brendan Rodgers was the manager. So much has changed since Alistair Johnson last played a game for Celtic, but he came on, he controlled the game down that right-hand side. He offers so much, and he changes the Celtic team, there's no doubt about it. He's been a massive miss this season, and that 20-minute cameo at the end of the game, you can see why he's held at such a high regard. The goal that sealed the deal came from yet again Dyson Maeda, as the substitute Sebastian Tinekti worked it well down the right-hand side, crossed it into the box. Dyson Maeda was there to finish it, knee sliding off into the corner. It was a fine performance from Dyson Maeda on Saturday. 2 goals and an assist. He should have had a third goal at the end of the game to seal his hat-trick, just to the right of the post. Unfortunate for him, but a 3-1 win, no complaints. It was a great day out, and Celtic Park was united. This is how the Celtic supporters made their voice heard on Saturday. evening before the game, greeting the Celtic team as they made their way along the Celtic way on the team bus. Martin O'Neill, Callum McGregor, like getting off the bus, hearing all the supporters with their drums, their flags, making colour, making noise to show that the Celtic support are behind this team. And as the players emerged out of the tunnel at the start of the game around 5:30, the Green Brigade had a tifo unveiled, the spirit of '86 back at Love Street all them years ago. This season is turning out to be quite similar. We'll speak on that possibly closer to the end of the season if things are going to work out that way. That away shirt that day in Paisley against St Mirren, what a shirt that was. And that really helped the team on in the first tifo that we've seen at Celtic Park in many's a month. Definitely in 2026, and not a bad one to start off with. Around the grounds, Rangers lost 3-2 at home to Motherwell on a day where they could have snatched the momentum off Celtic and put the pressure on Hearts. Instead, they fell behind early with a Fallinger and Longello goal in the first half. Only 25 minutes into the game, they were 2-0 down in absolute panic stations, like 2 weeks ago when they were 2-0 down to Falkirk early on in the first half. In that game, they managed to come back, and yesterday they managed to come back on Sunday afternoon as well. Josef Tremidi and Nico Raskin getting the goals to get Rangers back into the game. 70 minutes gone, 20 to go. You're thinking they're probably going to push on for a goal here. No, Motherwell regained the control they had in the game that they'd had in the first half. They got it back for them final 15-20 minutes of the game, and who else but Longello getting his second goal of the game, his third against Rangers this season, the 90th minute, to seal all the 3 points for the Steelmen, heading back down the road with 3 points and putting them in a great position now for 4th place, and also putting Rangers in a very poor position in this title race. As action concluded at Ibrox, all eyes turned to the capital. Easter Road was the home of Hibs, where they took on Hearts in the Edinburgh Derby, and the Hibs supporters were rewarded with a massive goal for them after 7 minutes. Martin Boyle, the captain, getting the job done for them. They were sent into dreamland. They couldn't have thought of a much better start than that, until their goalkeeper made a horrible error, handled the ball outside the box, getting a red card after just 13 minutes in the game. What do you do in that situation? You have to play the game with 10 men. Not what you want at all. At least they had the goal to defend at that stage in the game. They got to half-time, still 1-0. Hearts didn't really create too much. 3 minutes into the second half, another Hibs player is sent off for the second yellow this time. Not ideal. 10 men, hard enough. 9 men, you're thinking no chance. But Hibs managed to hold on until the 65th minute, where Warren O'Hara gave away an own goal. Unfortunate for Hibs, but you still think possibly can they hold on for a draw? Not the case. Blair Spittle, 86 minutes in, 4 minutes to go, comes in big for the Jam Tarts. Only 4 minutes to go. They find a way to get it done, and they are top of the league, 3 points ahead of Celtic with a better goal difference. But by no means is this title race over just yet. But definitely, without a doubt, that's a massive boost for Hearts going into that big game against Rangers next Monday. Here's the final 4 fixtures for the 3 teams contesting this league title. Starting with Hearts, they take on Rangers at home at Tynecastle on the May Bank Holiday Monday, next Monday at 5:30. The day before, Hibs and Celtic at Easter Road yet again. Celtic will be hoping to put the pressure on Hearts and Rangers, getting a result, hopefully putting a few goals in that one, helping out the goal difference. And as I've discussed, Hearts will be the team Rangers will be facing next Monday. Still so much to play for, still so many cases on how it can go. Just because Rangers lost yesterday doesn't mean they're out of it. Just because Hearts won yesterday doesn't mean they're the flying favourites. Anything can still happen. And this time next week, after Rangers and Hearts have played, it could be completely different. The order could be completely switched. So we just have to see. This has been a magnificent title race, and it's not finished just yet. Here we have the table as we head into the final 4 league games of the season. Hearts on 73 points with a goal difference of 31. Celtic on 70 points with a goal difference of 26, 5 behind Hearts, and Rangers with the best goal difference of 34 on 69 points. As I've discussed, still so much to play for. At this stage in the season, do I think Celtic can get it done? Without a doubt. We're starting to build momentum. The performances are improving, not to what we want to see, but definitely big improvement. Rangers and Hearts they'll still believe that they can do it. Maybe not so much Rangers after yesterday. Their fans will not be happy, but I think deep down they'll feel they might have a chance to win the league. Hearts, they'll get no better opportunity than this. It's now or never for them, and that's why there's so much riding on this season. Let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to win this Scottish Premiership title with 4 games to go? Let me know how you think it's all going to play out. That's going to be all from me in this video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back later in the week previewing Celtic's massive game at Easter Road on Sunday. Until then, have a great week. Hail, hail, and come on the hoops.